Hello, YouTube and Universe Morro here, and today I'm trying something new. I'm doing a casting call for my own Transformers series. That's right, your boy here is working on his own stop motion series. Now, the working title for it right now is Transformers Regenesis. The other title is Transformers Regeneration 1. But this isn't just a casting call for that series, it's a casting call for two separate series. For the second one, it's called Transformers Origins, where it goes over how the characters are the way they are now. Now, the way this casting call will work, we'll start off with the Autobot side, where we go over the cast of Autobots, how I go on for the voice. Then, after that's finished, we'll go to the Decepticons, and then we'll go to the characters that are in Transformers Origins. Now, what character to start with first? I don't know. Let's start with the second in command of the Autobots, Elita 1. Now, the first character that needs a voice is Elita 1. Now, for what I'm looking for is, well, someone who can sound strong enough to be a leader, but yet understanding of her fellow comrades. And if I'm being honest, you could do your own take for her as well. I don't really care as long as it sounds good. And yeah, she'll be more prevalent in episode 2 because, well, we already wrote the script for episode 1 already. But I want to add more stuff to it, like I'm working on another thing called Transformers Origins, and it will have a ton of characters in the past of Cybertron, and Elita will be one of the main characters. So, yeah. All I need for Elita, a strong voice that can be understanding to people, yet commanding. Next up is the strategist, Prowl. Now, the voice I'm looking for when it comes to Prowl is either his Earthspark voice, his G1 voice, or his animated voice. Or something akin to how you would think his IDW version would speak. But anyway, a little bit of character to Prowl. He's the strategist of the Autobots, and he works as Optimus Prime's a liaison of sorts. He is the one on Optimus Prime's side that tries to get him to use certain strategies against the Decepticons. And he is ultimately against the Autobots leaving Cybertron. So I just want you to be able to express those emotions when voicing him. But yeah, that's it for Prowl. I can't think of anything else to say. Let's move on to the next one. Next up is the Autobots, spy of sorts. We have Mirage. Now, I don't really have a voice in mind for Mirage. You can come up with your own thing. But how I want him to be played is more like, think of his RID iteration to 2001 mixed with his G1 and Rise of the Beast. Like a spy of sorts, but he has a sense of humor. The main story for him, basically, he's going to be a part of a team that spies on some of the Decepticons. So come up with your own voice for him, and yeah, I want to see how you guys deal with him. Now, for our last Autobot, we have the pilot of the Ark, Sideswipe. Now, for the voice I'm looking for, it's a mix of either G1, his War for Cybertron appearance, or his RID appearance. Those are my personal favorites of Sideswipe. So, yeah, that's your little reference. But anyway, one thing for him is, so, as I said, he's the pilot of the Ark. He is a hothead, and he loves his brother. He's also ready to get down and fight for any reason. So have fun with that. Also, here's another thing. I want him to be able to be played like, oh, he's misunderstood on some parts, but he's still all in all a good guy. But anyway, that's it for Sideswipe. Let's move on to the next faction. We have the Decepticons. For our first Decepticon, we have a member of my universe's DJD, Downshift. Now, before the DJD become the task force with Tarn, it was originally the Decepticons' personal police. That's why Decepticon Justice Division. That's just for my personal story, though. But anyway, For downshift, I'm thinking something similar to Wheeljack, but add a country, or just have a country accent in general. Because there's going to be some stories with him and Wheeljack, don't you worry. Or you could also use a downshift voice from Energon, which will also play into the story about him later on. But anyway, let's move on to some of the other Decepticons. The next character that needs a voice is the second member of my DJD, Spinister. Now, he serves as the medic of the group for his portion of DJD, and I'm thinking more of an insane voice for him. I can't probably put to words of what I'm feeling like, but think of something like crazy while you're talking. Like, do something insane! But yeah, can't really say anything for him. He is a minor villain for episode 1. Still, it's gonna be a good role for you. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Reflector. Now, he will serve as Starscream's, informative. He's the one that keeps Starscream informed of everything that's going on in the Decepticons. And he acts as his own personal spy. Now, he isn't loyal to Starscream. He's just loyal to whoever can pay him the most. Now, yes, I know that sounds like a mercenary, but he's in line with the Decepticons. He mainly just sticks around Megatron, either behind his chair or just recording for Starscream. Now, for the voice, I want someone that sounds a little timid, but they can just... I don't know how to really explain it, but my main thing, Spy from Team Fortress 2, but without the accent. And maybe make him a little timid. But yeah, that's it for Reflector. All in all, I'm looking for a really unique voice for him. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Scrapper. Now, he will have a minor role in episode 2, and it's mainly speaking lines, but he's also going to get more of a, role in later episodes, as we see him working behind the scenes on a project Megatron is working on. Now, he is going to be the leader of the Constructicons, in my series at least, and yeah. Now, what I'm thinking of is his G1 voice. Or just give him a Boston accent, because I don't know why I feel like Scrapper having a Boston accent makes sense to me. And I think it will work really good for the series. And for personality, he's a boss. He likes everything done according to how he says. So if you can embody that, you got the role. And the final member of the Decepticon team is Krok. Now, he'll act as an informant during episode 1, and I'll think of any more roles that he can do. But for now, he basically acts as a receptionist for the DJD in this series. But hey, if you have a good reception voice and you can act annoyed at people, go for it. I won't blame you. And as I said, he is the informant. I want him to sound pessimistic. I want him to sound like that manager that everyone is annoyed by, but ultimately they're a good person to some people. But yeah, that's it for Krok. Let's move on to some other stuff. For the first character in the others, we have Windblade. Now, I was planning on making her an Autobot at first, but I didn't know how to involve her in the story. But then I decided, you know what? I'm going to make an origin series that goes over how life was before the war on Cybertron. And Windblade will be one of the characters in the first origin, which I call Macadam's Oil House. But anyway, for one thing for Windblade, I make like something like her Cyberverse voice. But for her personality, I'm thinking more IDW adjacent. But I don't know, I'll think of more roles for her in the future, but for now, she's in Transformers Origins. Now, let's move on to the other some more of the other characters, I mean. Next up for the other characters, we have Alchemist Prime, or better known as Macadam. And I'm thinking of just doing a short 2-part episode called Transformers Origins, the Oil House, and Macadam will be a character in it, alongside Optimus, Orion, D16, and B127. But yeah, what I'm thinking is I want you to be like that kind of guy that a person can lend an ear to. Well, he'll lend an ear to other people, I mean. He's the listener. He's the bartender. He's supposed to listen to your qualms and give you good advice. I just want someone that can convey that. But other than that, that's really it when it comes to him. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Sentinel Prime. But for my series, he will be Zeta Prime. Because for one, I prefer my Sentinel Primes with the orange color scheme instead of blue. But they're basically going to be the same character, essentially. He is the leader of Cybertron before the war starts. And he is a douchebag. Yeah, so I'm going to need someone that can actually convey that. Like, I don't mean, oh, he's your stereotypical douchebag. I mean, he will become your friend just to betray you to get money off of you. Like, he is the type of friend that will backdoor you at any chance they get. That's what I'm trying to convey with this version of Sentinel Prime. Now, you'll be working with the person that plays Orion/Optimus for the most part. And, yeah, that's your character. Next up, we have the Senator of Tarn and future Minicon, Ratbat. Now, for him, I want you to be as sleazy as possible. Basically, your story and Transformers Origins is you're going to have a conversation with Soundwave as he betrays you, takes your spark out, and puts you in a rat-like body. Yeah, a little morbid, but hey, if you get the role done, you got it. Now, as I said, I want him to sound sleazy. I want him to sound cunning. I want him to sound like he has plans that goes way further than he intends. But he's narrow-sighted as well. He doesn't see the little things. All he thinks is the big picture. And that's how I want you to convey him. I want you to convey him as if he is in charge of everything. Because to him, he's the reason the Decepticons are this far. But at the end of this, he's the one that dies and gets turned into a minion for someone else. Okay? And other than that, that's really it when it comes to all the characters in this casting call for Transformers Regeneration 1 and Transformers Origins. And I cannot wait to see what you guys do for it. Now, if you're wondering how you guys can join this and be a part of it, well, you will have to join the Discord. There are 2 links in the description down below. One for my personal one where you could just send me your takes, or you could join the main Discord server, the SSP server. Still working on names for that, even though it's been a year. But anyway, that's the main server where everything will be out. You'll be the first to know when a new casting call will come out. You'll be the first to know when anything really happens on the server and upcoming events. But yeah, I hope to see what you guys do. Now, this is my first ever Transformers style motion series, so just know there will be a little bit of growing pains as we get to work on this. But hey, I hope I can work with you guys to improve and do what I want to do, because I want to have fun with this series. I want to make a story compelling to people, and I hope you guys can help me out with it. Now, as I said, the ways you do it in the Discord down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hey, if you don't get any roles from this cast call, there will be a ton of them coming out in the future, depending on what stories we're making. But anyway, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoy, and hopefully I get to work with you guys. And if that's everything, that's a wrap. Fade to black.